2023 Clear Flea Crew Combined National ORC Conference down here in Orlando, Florida. I've got the great pleasure of doing the closer here with outgoing Clear president, current president of the Florida Law Enforcement Property Recovery Unit, Rich Rossman, as well as Rory Stallard with Ulta Beauty, the incoming new president of Clear. Rory, great show this week.
Well, definitely, as always, Clear puts on just a top-notch show, and you know, our board members and the rest of our team just works extremely hard. And Rich, what a great, you know, kind of final in his presidency, just taking us out through a great conference, and just look forward to, you know, next year's conference and conferences beyond, and hope that I can live up to the great things that Rich has helped do for us.
Rich, phenomenal conference you guys put on this year. You know, way to shut it down, so to speak, and get that nice vacation you're looking forward to in the next 24 hours. Man, let me tell you, the extraordinary show, great agenda.
Yeah, thank you. It's just one of those things. One of the greatest feedbacks I think I've heard this year is the networking. People were just really over the top with some of the people they've got to meet. Our vendors felt it was great, the networking events within the Vendor Expo Hall, our law enforcement and retail partners working together. So the conference in and of itself, the content, the training is good, but the most important aspect you need to take away from the conference, Clear or Flea Crew, is the networking event. The networking right here will make or break makes your life really easy. Right. Being able to reach out and touch people anywhere around the state of Florida, around the country, and I think we've succeeded in that. Our agenda was great. Some of our events. Top notch, so it's been a great year here.
Yeah, and this year as well as last year's conference, we brought in a lot of senior executives. I think this year had a little bit more focus on that, bringing in the senior executives from both law enforcement agencies at the national level as well as down at the local level, as well as senior leaders from the retail and the private sector, right?
That's what's I think the unique thing about Clear. Is the ability to bring in senior leadership with their investigators. Everybody is training as one. You know, the investigators are getting some great content. The leadership actually gets to hear from the investigators. It's a win-win for everyone.
Right, and one of the biggest things we talked about with the vendors or solution providers, was the fact that they got the opportunity to actually speak with the people, the boots on the ground folks, and bring and ingest that information to go back and maybe find new solutions to help ORC investigators do their job better.
Yeah, with our solution providers and their vendors, we allow them into the conference. We allow them to hear the content. Yeah. Yep. What better opportunity to hear the problems? Sure. They're the ones going to help us solve the problem, to work together. So they're very appreciative of that thing that we do.
I heard from a number of vendors, solution providers, that it was unusual for them because typically at a conference they don't go into the sessions. They don't have that opportunity. So they were really thankful for that. Mm-hmm. So yesterday's kicker was that general session with RELA, with Lisa LeBruno and Jason Brewer from the Retail Industry Leaders Association, talking about that partnership that the team has come up with for next year's conference, April, Dallas, Texas. How important is this program that they're standing up with the National District Attorneys Association, Clear, RELA, as well as all of those leaders within the industry?
Yeah, I think that is absolutely huge. We are so excited to be part of this for next year. There's so much momentum that's happening across the country, and this is just going to be, one more piece that's going to come propel us to that next level. And so if you think about it, like we talked about here, while you've had a lot more boots on the ground individuals here, and we have had some of that executive leadership, when you think about some of the things that we're going to be able to do at RELA and offer some different price points, we're going to be able to kind of mesh both of those in as well, because typically RELA does have more of an executive level participation. Sure. Yep. So now you're going to have more law enforcement there, you're going to have more boots on the ground, you're going to have people that are going to be able to hear the content directly, visit with some of the solution providers, like you said, and see that technology. But in the same time, you're going to have even more of those decision makers who control the budget, who control some of the decisions as far as where we're going to be able, from a company percentage, to be able to spend money. Yeah. So I think it's just the best of both worlds. It's a great partnership. We've had a partnership with, RELA for a number of years in various projects, And we've got other organizations that we're partnering with for other things that are coming up in 2024 and beyond, and we're just excited about this. The more partnerships that we can bring in, the more collaborative we can be, the more successful that we're all going to be.
Yeah, this 2024 conference is really big because it really encapsulates every piece of the pie, right? Every piece of that puzzle, brings it all together, bringing those national district attorneys to that conference to engage and interact with the investigator, to make them and help them understand what they need in order to do their job. I mean, that's kind of like the icing on the cake, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You think about just the possibilities that are there, some of the ORCA associations, drawing them in, having people exposed at a different level, whether it's more hands-on information and boots on the ground or from that executive leadership team, it's going to arm everybody, the synergy, the collaboration. We're very excited about it, and we can't wait for things in April.
Yeah, and on top of that, we're going to bring together a fusion center, bring in solution providers, we're going to bring in ORCAs, we're going to bring in investigative agencies to actually be in one place, not smothered all over a conference, so that way when people have a problem, they can go right to that fusion center next year and actually speak to partners, individuals that they will be building a relationship with in order to bring those cases to fruition. Right?
Absolutely. We are in such a relational business, whether it's the agencies you're working with, whether it's the prosecutors that are assisting you, whether it's the solution providers, whether it's the retailers, or whether it's even some of our leadership team. The more that we can collaborate and bring people together, we're just going to continue to hit home run after home run and really go after this ORC piece aggressively and utilize these resources to the fullest.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a huge deal down there in Dallas next year. It's only a few months away. I can't believe that. I can't wait to see how this all plays out, and I'm looking so forward to hearing about the program, especially since that program will have a few more months and they'll have even more intelligence related and wrapped around that communities program that they're working on right now. So, Rich, 2 years in a row, you couldn't have done your hat any better at the conclusion of this year's conference. Congratulations on that. 2024 is looking great. I can't wait to see what's going to happen and hear about all the content that you're working on. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to bringing you guys some great content, great information about the conference. Be there, 2024 Dallas, Texas. Rich?
Dallas, Texas, you can't make it out there, or some of our local law enforcement here in Florida.
That's right.
We're back here. Fleet Pro for law enforcement project. We'll be back here at the Rosen in October of 2024. We're looking forward to once again putting on another great conference for
October 7th through the 11th right here at the Rosen in Orlando. And I want to make sure that you all know, as far as retail as well as law enforcement, if you are doing property crime investigation, working on cases, this is the must attend as far as legal is concerned, as far as a law enforcement and retail ORC partnership conference. Fleet Pro 2024 right at Rosen. Good job, guys. Really.
All right. Thank you, John.
All right, guys. That's it for me to see here at the 23 National ORC Conference. Thanks for joining us. We're going to close this thing down today with some great presentations. Hey, like us, follow us.